And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to takesbyfans.com/watch. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today is a big old Saturday. The Divisional Playoffs start today, baby. And just, what do we got, like 5 hours left? Oh my goodness. Oof, man. And we get to watch Derrick Henry right off the rip. We absolutely cannot wait. We have been gushing and clamoring over this man all week long. And we can't wait till, 4:30? So we can see the King return to his greatness in the playoffs where, the King, yeah, we love regular season King, don't get us wrong, but playoff King, yeah, that's where it truly matters, and that impact can be felt like 10 times greater than those regular season great performances. We've already seen three touchdown performances by Derrick Henry this season, and if we get that in the playoffs, sheesh, that's going to be something. That's all it's going to be. It's just going to be something. It's going to be a treat to watch. So cannot wait till that game today. But we've got to do some things before the divisional playoffs kick off. We have to make our official picks for this week. We didn't have the show yesterday, so we didn't make our picks yesterday, but we will make our picks today on the show for all 4 playoff matchups this weekend. We are going to be picking every single game. So we've got that today, making our official picks, and then we will also see what the machines are saying about those picks. What the machines got to say about the playoffs. We didn't look at the machines in the wild card round, but we've been kind of tracking what the machines have been saying decently throughout the regular season. They're usually wrong, but we'll see what they say compared to what we're saying. So we've got that today. We got to do our NBA Daily 10 about all the NBA from last night. What else do we got? We got to do our Daily Derrick Henry. I know we are going to be able to watch Derrick Henry today, but we still got to get, ready because there's still 5 hours of no Derrick Henry. So we got to kind of, fill some space with some Derrick Henry over these next 5 hours so we can truly get gassed up to watch this man. So NBA Daily 10, Daily Derrick, our picks, Machines video, and Carson Wentz. We are finally watching this man today. Week 18, Carson Wentz, the biggest flounder job by a quarterback in NFL history. And we've got to, we don't shame people on the show, folks, but the man needs to be shamed today. It's unfortunate, but it needs to be done. So we're going to be watching Carson Wentz versus the Jaguars, Week 18. Finally, we're able to break it down. We found time in the show over the last 2 weeks. Finally, we can do it today. So we're breaking down Carson Wentz from that Week 18 game. Alrighty, so that's what we've got today on the show. Packed show today, but it's a divisional round playoff day, so why not, right? Alrighty, here we go. Let's get 15 minutes on the clock here for NBA Daily 15, or NBA Daily 10, just because there's a lot of games on last night, and then, there's still a couple of games on tonight in the NBA. I know we're going to be focused heavy on the NFL, but maybe, a good value here or there in the 3 games, I believe, that are on tonight. Maybe we can find some good value. So here we go, 15 minutes on the clock, next 15 minutes, uninterrupted basketball talk of which is happening yesterday in the NBA, and here we go, the clock starts now. Already, tons of games on in the NBA last night, and I apologize, folks, we did not have our show yesterday, so I did not get our picks out to y'all, and they were good picks, folks. I'm sorry. I should have tweeted it out at minimum, and I didn't, and I truly apologize for that, because we had 2 great values last night. We took the Heat on the money line, and we'll get to that game when we get there. But we took the Grizzlies plus 3.5. They went outright bingo bango, and we took the Blazers plus 8. Blazers plus 8, and they end up winning outright as well over the Celtics. Once again, who's swallowing 8 points with that Celtics team? So we had great value last night, and I'm so sorry we didn't have the show, so I didn't get those picks out to y'all. But we will try to make up for that today with the 3 games on tonight in the NBA. We'll try to get that value out to y'all. So here we go. Let's break down the NBA from last night. First game up, Thunder at the Hornets, and the Hornets absolutely blow them out 121-98. This is the Hornets team. Now, we do need to see this Hornets team start to beat the better teams, the top teams in the league, be competitive against them. We've seen them be competitive against the top teams. We need to see them start winning here. Yes, they can blow out the Thunder, and that's still good. We're not going to knock you blowing out the Thunder, but, we want to see this Hornets team achieve a little bit more than just blowing out a lackluster Thunder team. So, still a good win here for the Hornets, but we still want to see a little bit more. Not even a little bit. We need to see more. So here we go. For the Hornets last night, LaMelo Ball, 10 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. Wasn't that efficient, shooting 33%, but, classic facilitating the floor like we know. Terry Rozier led the team in scoring, 24 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. Fantastic. Mason Plumlee down low, 8 points on 100% shooting. Absolutely got to give this man credit. And then 6 rebounds to go along with that. Miles Bridges, 22 points, 14 rebounds. And then P.J. Washington coming off the bench, 20 points, 6 rebounds. And then Kelly Oubre Jr., 8 points. He only shot 21%. Need this man a little bit better, but P.J. Washington was like, hang on, you can have a little bit of an off game because I'm back. So everybody was kind of on point for the Hornets last night, putting up 121 points. Gotta love it. And then for the Thunder last night, Luguentz Dort, 3 points on 14% shooting. Once again, inconsistent here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did his thing, 29 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Everything was great. Josh Giddey got it done, 21 points, 9 rebounds. But, a little bit of a mini big 3 here for this Thunder team with Giddey and Alexander and Luguentz Dort, but Luguentz Dort coming up short. So the big 3 didn't really get it done. We can also shout out Jeremiah Robinson Earl at the 5, 12 points, 11 rebounds. Really well done, but everything else was lackluster by the Thunder team like we know it is. So Hornets get the big O win, 121-98 over the Thunder. Geez. Alrighty, next game up here, Lakers at the Magic, and Lakers finally get a win here. This is good. It's against the Magic, like we just said against about the Hornets. Yeah, beating the Thunder, beating the Magic. Yeah, it's good. We're not gonna knock you, but we need to start to see a little bit better wins out here, and the Lakers are falling under the same category there. So Lakers get the win. Very well done. 116-105 over the Magic. LeBron, 29 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. We can always rely on this man. Dwight Howard starting 5, 4 points, 4 rebounds. They're starting Trevor Ariza. I mean, this is how you know the team is bad right now. They've got Trevor Ariza in the starting lineup, okay? I mean, they got to do something at the trade deadline. Russell Westbrook, 18 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds. He had 3 turnovers, still a plus 11 on the floor. There's a shot going around, a little viral on Twitter. I think it was the first quarter. Russell Westbrook is just jacking up shots, and y'all know how we feel about Russell Westbrook. We have to abstain from bad-mouthing this man. I cannot do it, folks. He is the ultimate athlete. He is really the ultimate competitor of giving 1,000% every single second on the floor. So I love that. I mean, I can't knock that. And yes, it's not the best performances overall, but I can't disrespect Russell Westbrook really because of his heart and his drive. And I will not take apart. So y'all can clown him. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. You can make fun of Russell Westbrook, but we will abstain from doing that. And we will just report the facts on Russell Westbrook. I can't get into it, folks. Carmelo Anthony had a fantastic night. 23 points in only 17 minutes. Got to give the man a ton of credit. Malik Monk coming off the bench. This would really be my starting 5. Russell Westbrook at the 1, Malik Monk at the 2. LeBron probably has to play the 5 with AD out. Keep Trevor Ariza at the 4, and then, I don't know, maybe Talen Horton-Tucker at the 3. But man, oh man, I really would like to see Malik Monk just in the starting lineup. So Malik Monk last night, 10 points. He only took 9 shots, 44% shooting. Definitely could have been a little bit better. And then Stanley Johnson, 11 points, 5 rebounds coming off the bench. So Lakers got it done, but it was against a Magic team, so this is what they beat. Cole Anthony, only 4 points last night, letting us down big time. 4 points, 2 assists, shooting 22%. Gotta be better. He was a minus 28 on the floor. We saw Cole Anthony be so good early on in the season, first 3 weeks, and then it was really Franz Wagner and Moritz Wagner Wagner taking over with Cole Anthony was out for a decent week and a half stretch here, and Cole Anthony has just been disappointing us ever since he's kind of returned here. So, man, oh man, this was Cole Anthony's team, but now it's really not anymore, and that's unfortunate. So Cole Anthony letting us down a little bit. We had Jalen Suggs, 22 points. He led the team in scoring, 9 assists. That was fantastic. Not efficient, 1 of 7 from the 3. Franz Wagner, 15 points. Moritz Wagner only playing 5 minutes off the bench, only took 1 shot, 0 points. But let's also shout out Wendell Carter Jr. with a nice 19-point performance last night. But Magic could not get enough help here. LeBron and company gets the win, 116-105. All right, next game up here is the Clippers at the 76ers. And man, oh man, what the heck is going on with this 76ers team? They lose to the Clippers when they were at home. Clippers get the win 102-101 over the 76ers. And man, oh man. So here we go. This is a not good loss for the 76ers. And I know they were a little bit shorthanded. This was their starting lineup last night. Tyrese Maxey at the 1, Isaiah Joe at the 2, Furkan Korkmaz at the 3, Tobias Harris at the 4, and Embiid at the 5. So missing Seth Curry, we get it, but still, I mean, the Clippers still don't have Paul George. You cannot lose to a Paul George-less Clippers team if you are kind of one of the top teams in the league, and we thought this 76ers team was one of the top teams in the league. Joel Embiid got it done, 40 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, what more could this man do? We always get these types of beautiful performances by Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris, a nice 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals as well. Tyrese Maxey getting it done, 19 points, 8 assists. So all those performances were great, but then we have Furkan Korkmaz, 5 points on 28% shooting. Isaiah Joe, 3 points on only 4 shots from the 3. Georges Niang shooting 27% off the bench, 7 points on 11 shots. And then we had Charlie Brown Jr. Yes, Charlie Brown Jr., folks, 2 points on 4 shots. Yes, truly, that is Charlie Brown. You saw that man try to kick the football, always missing it because, she does pull the ball out from under him. But, I mean, nobody was pulling the ball out from under Charlie Brown Jr. here, and he was still bad. So, alrighty. So, Charlie Brown Jr., no impact offensively. So, 76ers lose a close one here. And then for the Clippers, who got it done, really everybody. Great performances by everybody in the starting lineup. Reggie Jackson, 19 points, 9 assists. Amir Coffey, 12 points, 3 rebounds. Zubac at the 5, 12 points, 10 boards. Marcus Morris, 10 points, 9 boards. Nicholas Batum, 15 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 7 boards. All of them getting it done. And then a shout out to Luke Kennard coming off the bench with that 10-point production that we need. So this Clippers team, they're overcoming no Paul George here, really being competitive over the last couple of games here, and we give this Clippers team credit, and we may be able to start betting on this Clippers team. I believe they were getting 8 points last night, 8 or 9, maybe even 8.5, and that would have definitely been the play. So potentially, if we're getting a lot of points here with this Clippers team, even without Paul George, I believe we may be signaling the green light on some Clippers bets here in the near future. So shout out to the Clippers, winning 102-101. Alrighty, here we go. Next game up, Heat at the Hawks, and this one destroyed me. I had a 3-teamer going last night, and Jimmy Butler misses a big shot right here. Wide open layup, and he misses it. Great feed from Bam Adebayo, the high arcing pass. Jimmy Butler just beefs it right at the rim there, and that does not go. And then he had another chance to win the game a little bit later on their next possession. Once again, a little bit of a design play right here. Jimmy Butler gives it up to the corner, and then he gets it back right at the corner. Corner 3 barely does not go. And then what the hell is Max Struss doing right here? There's 3 seconds left, and he just chucks up a falling back jump. I don't even know what the heck that is. He's throwing up a prayer, fading away with 3 seconds left, getting the rebound from Jimmy Butler, missing the game-winning 3 here, only down 2 points. So Max Struss, Jimmy Butler, both beefing it at the end of the game here and letting us down big time. So damn. Heat lose 108-110 over the Hawks. Now, yes, this Heat team lost, but they were still missing a ton of players. No Tyler hero last night. No Kyle Lowry, so missing some great pieces, and they still kept it competitive. So yes, the Heat didn't win or hit our bet last night, but they were still competitive. They came back down. They were down like 15 points through like the second half onward, and then they came back. Once again, this Heat team is straight dogs. They will always fight. This is the best, most consistent team, regardless of who's playing, that there is in the NBA, hands down. So we still love this Heat team, and we still endorse betting on this Heat team. It's just unfortunate. That's how betting goes sometimes. The great players miss a big shot here. It happens, folks. It's unfortunate. It's frustrating. Don't get me wrong. I'm frustrated. I'm upset with this Heat team, but overall, they're still like the best team in the NBA, so we can't knock them too much. Jimmy Butler just letting us down. That's fine, Jimmy Butler. You can send the $150 my way. You can write me a check for beefing me and blowing the game here. So I'll wait for the check. I'll wait for the check. I guess that's what I'll say. Jimmy Butler, $150 you owe me. You can even split it with Max Truss, because what the hell was that? He also played a part of us losing. So Jimmy Butler maybe pay 75. Max Truss play 75 too as well. But just make sure the money gets here to Takes by Fans. Okay. All right. So here we go. For the Heat last night, they still got it done. Unfortunately lost. Jimmy Butler, 13 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. He didn't shoot well, 35% on 14 shots. We had Duncan Robinson, 19 points. He shot 5 of 10 from the 3. I'll take that from Duncan Robinson. That was pretty solid. Bam Adebayo led the team in scoring, 21 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. And this new aggressive Bam Adebayo this season, folks, has been absolutely fantastic. And he's still being, aggressive offensively, even coming back from the injuries. So no timid Bam Adebayo here. And this is going to be, huge to track as the season progresses and as this Heat team gets into the playoffs and all that. And then we had Max Struss. I know it's Strus, but, whatever. Max Struss, whatever. Max Struss, 15 points, 4 assists. Gabe Vincent filling in at the 1 for Kyle Lowry, 14 points, 9 assists. Not bad overall. And then Kayla Martin, a nice 11 points and 4 steals coming off the bench. So still scrounging together these great offensive performances, even though their depth has been dwindling, all season long here. So big time shout out to the Heat team, folks. Got to respect them. All right, and then for the Hawks last night, this is a good win for the Hawks. They almost beefed it in the fourth quarter. So this Hawks team is definitely going to have to kind of start closing out games a lot better. But overall, they still got it done. They played some nice defense there. This no switch on Jimmy Butler on this play really is the reason why they won it. Because if Jimmy Butler got that free open look in a corner 3, that would have fallen all day long. But this was fantastic defense. I think this is John Collins, number 20, of not switching and staying in the corner and seeing and reading the play the entire way, getting his hands up and forcing Jimmy Butler in this tough-ass shot that just barely did not fall. I mean, look at that, folks. Just almost went down. So this Hawks closeout defense may be one of the best things of last night. So we give this Hawks team a little bit more credit. So Trae Young, 28 points, 7 assists. Fantastic. Kevin Huerter, another great performance, 21 points on 5 of 9 from the 3. We had Onyeka Okongwu at the starting 5 because Clint Capella was coming off the bench last night. 6 points, 4 rebounds. And then John Collins, 15 points, 7 rebounds, and DeAndre Hunter, 13 points, 10 big old rebounds. So the starters all got it done for the Hawks last night, and Clint Capella coming off the bench, 25 minutes, 6 points, 6 rebounds, a plus 15 on the floor. So the Hawks get the 2-point win here, 110-108. All right, next game up here, and this was great value. We got Blazers plus 8 points, and they went out right over the Celtics team. This Celtics team, they're nothing good. It's just Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. That's all they've got. So Blazers get the win, 109-105 over the Celtics team. For the Blazers last night, Anthony Simons, 21 points. Love it. CJ McCollum, 24 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. And Nurkic down low, 29 points, 17 rebounds. That's Nurkic down low. The Celtics have no great bigs, so Nurkic being a plus 20 on the floor does not shock us, folks. We know this. So well done for the Blazers of getting the win last night. And then for the Celtics, Jason Tatum, 27 points. Jaylen Brown, 22 points. Dennis Schroeder, only 9 points last night, floundering. Robert Williams, 5 points. He did have 10 rebounds. We'll give him credit for that. But then Al Horford, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Off the bench, Grant Williams, 13 points, 8 rebounds. And Romeo Langford, 12 points. Where is the offensive production coming from besides Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? It's not coming anywhere consistently. Marcus Smart, once again, did not play last night, and they still flounder the game. So Celtics lose 109-105. That is our 15 minutes, so we've got to close out the rest of the games here quickly, folks. Here we go. Next game up, Raptors at the Wizards. Raptors get it done, 109-105. Shout out to this Raptors team. We love it, beating a real solid Wizards team last night. Fred VanVleet, 21 points, 12 assists, fantastic. Gary Trent Jr. back, 13 points. Siakam playing the 5, and I love Siakam playing the 5. I know, he's not the biggest 5 out there, the biggest big out there, but he gets real great production when they need him to play at the 5. So 21 points, 7 rebounds for Siakam. Scotty Barnes, a magnificent rookie year so far, 27 points, 8 rebounds, led the team in scoring, enough to get it done for them. And then for the Wizards, no Kyle Kuzma last night, and they lose, so that's a pretty, good green flag for Kyle Kuzma's case of him truly leading this team and being the number 2 to this team. But Bradley Beal, 25 points, just could not shoulder all the workload himself. They bring in Denny Avdija from the bench to the starting lineup to fill in for Kyle Kuzma at the 4, and Denny Avdija, 9 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, but we know we can score way better than this. And then off the bench, nothing really great here. So Wizards lose 109-105 to the Raptors. Then we get the Bulls at the Bucks here. Bucks get the win, 94-90. Bulls, a little short-handed here. Obviously, no Lonzo, no Zach LaVine, unfortunately. But Kobe White, a little bit of a flounder job last night. 7 points on 20% shooting, 0 of 9 from the 3. This is the worst game that we've seen Kobe White play all year long, so we're definitely going to need to see him step it up a little bit in next game to truly kind of get all of our buying into Kobe White. And we're at like 100% buyability into Kobe White, but we needed to, get a better performance than this. We can take, a bad performance here or there, but we don't want to see 2, 3, 4 strung together. And we want to see you be able to kind of overcome it ASAP in your next game. So we'll give Kobe White a little bit of a free pass here, but don't want to see it happen again anytime soon. So Kobe White lets us down. Vucevic at the 5, 19 points, 11 rebounds. DeMar DeRozan, 35 points, led the team in scoring, 6 rebounds. Fantastic. DeMar DeRozan is truly the best player on this Bulls team, even with Zach LaVine in the starting lineup healthy. So the Bulls end up losing here, and then for the Bucks, closing it out, Grayson Allen back to his old ways of, a big old flagrant foul on Alex Caruso. So, we did kind of go for Grayson Allen in the beginning of the season because he was having great games and he wasn't kind of being this goofball on the floor. But then we just saw it last night. So Grayson Allen, I guess he'll never change. And he only put up 5 points last night, unfortunately. Giannis, 30 points, 12 rebounds. Chris Middleton, 16 points, 6 assists, 10 rebounds. Enough to get it done. Overall, a little bit lackluster offensively by both these teams. But Bucks get it, the win here, close it out down late in this game and win 94-90. All right, then we get the Nets at the Spurs. Nets get the win here, 117-102. Kyrie Irving playing because it was on the road. He led the team in scoring, 24 points. James Harden, triple-double, 37 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds, Kyrie Irving did not lead the team in scoring, but those two got it done. And then we had Lamarcus Aldridge, 16.7 rebounds coming off the bench. Man, oh man, big time shout out to Lamarcus Aldridge for still getting great production this late into the season. And then Patty Mills letting us down again here, 9 points on 36% shooting. We give him a little credit for being a plus 16 on the floor, but all that was kind of due to James Harden and Kyrie Irving. So Patty Mills, definitely got to see him step up a little bit more here, but overall not terrible last night. And then for the Spurs, just DeJounte Murray, 25 points, 10 assists, 12 rebounds. He's fantastic. Everything else lackluster by the Spurs. All right, last 3 games here quickly. Next game up, Grizzlies at the Nuggets, and we took the Grizzlies plus 3.5. Why are y'all betting this Nuggets team, folks? Stay away from this Nuggets team. They are not good anymore. It's unfortunate. Yes, Jokic's good, but he can't pull it and win games single-handedly by himself. No big can single-handedly win games by himself. That's why Giannis needed all that kind of, he doesn't need all the help, but he needs other players to score the ball, and they were all scoring last season, and that led to the championship. If Giannis doesn't have all that scoring, they don't even make the playoffs, and if they do, they're bounced first round. So it's unfortunate with the Nuggets here. We've been saying it all season. Grizzlies getting points anytime. It's the best value in the market, folks, okay? And take it every time you see it. And we did that last night. Grizzlies plus 3.5. They win outright. Didn't need the 3. Didn't need the half-a-point hook. Anything like that. Grizzlies get the win 122-118 over the Nuggets last night. So for the Grizzlies, John Morant on his bullshit here, folks. 38 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Well done. Jaren Jackson Jr., 20 points. Steven Adams down low, 4 points on only 4 shots. He's He's not the offensive dominant big that Valanciunas was, and I really think that's opening up this Grizzlies team a ton more than it was last season. So Ja Morant gets it done. DeAnthony Melton coming off the bench, 21 points, 9 rebounds, and once again, just missing some players here last night. No Dylan Brooks. There was one more name I'm forgetting, but once again, this Grizzlies team is deep in overcoming all these outs on a gamely basis here. So big time shout out to this Grizzlies team, like we big time shout out the Heat. And then for the Nuggets, once again, Jokic will always get it done. 26 points, 12 assists, 11 rebounds. That's never not going to be the case. Aaron Gordon, 16 points, 9 assists. He shot 36% on 11 shots. The point total for Aaron Gordon needs to be always 20 plus. Jokic and Aaron Gordon must always score 20 plus points a game if they want to win. And if they don't, they're not going to win games consistently. We saw the game. Aaron Gordon put up like 30 plus points and they won that game. And it was with an Aaron Gordon buzzer beater for the win by Jokic's pass. So that's what it's going to come down to here. And Aaron Gordon just did not get it done last night, and that's why they lose. Then we get the Pistons at the Jazz, and the Jazz win here, no problem, 111-101 here. Jazz getting it done. Gobert, 24 points, 14 rebounds. Mike Conley, 19 points, still no Donovan Mitchell, but Bojan Bogdanovic, 23 big old points, getting it done. Jordan Clarkson, 20 points off the bench, always reliable. And then for the Pistons, we had Saddiq Bey, 13 points, 4 assists. Cade Cunningham, 25 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Once again, always just not enough here for the Pistons. And then the last game of the night, Rockets at the Warriors, and the Warriors going toe-to-toe with this Rockets team. Not a great look, but hey, a win's a win at the end of the day. And, you know, a win is a win at the end of the day, but it's even better when it's Steph Curry doing all the work here. Tie 103 with 5 seconds left. Curry gets the inbound pass, doesn't take a three, steps inside the three-point arc for a little bit, step back, hits the mid-range jumper, and that's a game-winning buzzer beater for Steph Curry. And is this the first game-winning buzzer beater by Steph Curry? I thought I saw a tweet with that stat, and it kind of blew my mind. Like, this is the only time Steph Curry has ever hit a buzzer beater ever for the win in his career. Kind of interesting. So, hey, if it's the first one, hey, that's great. Right? It's great. But yeah, Steph Curry gets the win here, 105-103 over the Rockets. For the Warriors last night, Steph Curry, 22 points, led the team in scoring, 12 assists. Fantastic. Jordan Poole, 20 points, back in the starting lineup because no Klay Thompson last night. Once again, he's still on minutes restriction, still taking some games off when he needs to, just to truly get at 100% here, because this Warriors team is obviously going to make the playoffs, so no need to kind of overwork Klay Thompson and risk another, knock on wood here, injury. Okay, knock on wood again. And then Andrew Wiggins, 17 points on 43% shooting. We will take that. And Otto Porter Jr., 13.7 rebounds, filling in for, once again, Draymond Green, who was not playing again last night. So the Rockets, no Daniel Tice. That's why the game was close. Obviously, we know that. So Christian Wood, 19 points, 15 rebounds. Classic Christian Wood. Kevin Porter Jr., 17 points, 8 assists. They just need that kind of second superstar on this team. We know Kevin Porter kind of has glimpses of superstardom, but it's not at that consistent level yet. We know we can always rely on Christian Wood, but once again, fives cannot single-handedly win games. They need scores. They need outside help. They need other superstars to help them out here, and that's where Christian Wood is unfortunately kind of being a little wasted here on the Rockets. They're not really building around him. Kevin Porter Jr., yes, maybe in the future, but then other than that, you really need 3 to compete for a ring here. So they've got potentially 2. They need that third. We'll see if that ever happens. But Rockets kept it close. We'll give them a little credit. Warriors get the win, 105-103. All right, that was all the NBA from last night. Let's quickly see if there's any great value tonight in the NBA. And there's only 3 games on, so let's see if we can get it done. Here we go. First game up here, Kings at the Bucks, and the Bucks on the back-to-back, so we're staying away from this. Kings plus 10, Bucks minus 10. We wouldn't even swallow the 10 there with the Bucks anyway, even if they weren't on the back-to-back. We are going to stay away from this one. Then we get the Thunder and the Cavs. Thunder on the back-to-back. Going to stay away from this one. Thunder plus 12, Cavs minus 12. We would never take 12 points with the Thunder, and we don't like swallowing all those points with the Cavs. So even if the Thunder weren't on the back-to-back, we'd stay away from this game as well. Then we get the Pacers at the Suns. Alrighty, potentially. Can we take this one? Pacers plus 11.5. Suns minus 11.5 here. Now, we don't like swallowing all these points, so we're not going to take the Suns here. But Pacers plus 11. Is there any value here, folks. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They just beat the Warriors in overtime. Once again, not the best win, but it's still a good win. And they beat the Lakers. And once again, not a great win, but it's a win. This Pacers team, is not easy to come by wins for this Pacers team. So we're getting 11 and a half here. I don't know. Let's see. For the Pacers, TJ McConnell is still out. TJ Warren obviously still out. Karis LeVert's a game time decision. Oh, and Sabonis is out. So no, of course we got to stay away from this one. Sabonis being out, we need Sabonis and LeVert both playing to even try to take 11 and a half points here. For the Suns, everybody's good to go. DeAndre Ayton's out. That's okay. So both the bigs are going to be out. Frank Kaminsky's still out for the Suns. Dario Saric is still out for the Suns. So the Suns are going to be missing their bigs. Pacers are missing their big and Sabonis. Can they overcome it? Can we finally bet on this Pacers team, folks? Is Pacers plus 11.5 finally good value? Are they starting to turn a corner? We need Karis LeVert to play. If Karis LeVert is playing with the Suns outs, with the Suns bigs out, we may be able to take the 11.5 here, but we need Karis LeVert. We need some scoring here, and it's going to have to come from Karis LeVert. So we get no updated news on LeVert, still a game time decision, so we will hold off on this one. They play at 9:10. We will stay away from this one until Karis LeVert is truly certified to play, and then we will make our decision. So stick around to our Twitter account at TakesByFans, and we will send it the green light if we can. But Pacers, man, y'all know how we feel about this Pacers team. Always lackluster, never win games, anything like that. But with the bigs being out for the Suns, maybe some value here. We'll see. So we'll stay away from officially endorsing anything at the current moment, but we'll hit you up on Twitter a little bit later if we get Karis LeVert 100% good to go. Alrighty, that is all the NBA we had to go over for today. So now let's shift gears to the NFL, folks. And before we make our official divisional round playoff picks, we got to get our daily dose of Derrick Henry, folks. We get to watch this man a little bit later, but I got to watch this man right now. Right mother-loving now. I know we could watch him in about 4.5 hours, but I need to watch the man right now. So here we go. So let's talk about Derrick Henry a little bit, and then we will watch a highlight package like we've been doing all week long here. But here we go. It is officially official. Derrick Henry is playing today. We knew he was going to play, but it was never official. We heard, Mike Vrabel, kind of be like, yeah, we're going to put him out there, see how he does in practice, see how he handles everything, full speed, getting hit, all that. We're going to see how it goes. And, just once again playing the slow game because that's what you do. It's boilerplate stuff. You're not going to immediately admit, that Monday, hey, Derrick Henry's good to go. All right, Bangles, better prepare for him. You're going to kind of string it along a little bit. The Bengals have always been preparing for, Derrick Henry. Obviously, it's the little game. It's the dance that you play in the NFL, folks. We all know the game. We all know the dance. But Derrick Henry officially activated by the Titans off IR and is expected to start Saturday versus the Bengals. So that's by Adam Schefter. And that came out yesterday, so 100% actually good to go here, which is obviously great news. But then we get this, and I want to read into this. So let's see what we get here in this article quickly. Titans running back Derrick Henry to play versus the Bengals with steel plate, metal plate in shoe. Oh my God, the man is going bionic. The king that was already the best dominant specimen of a running back that there has ever been in the league is now getting an upgrade bionically. Ooh, yes, sir. Derrick Henry is truly going to go manic today. I cannot wait. So let's see what we're talking about with these metal plates and stuff. So here we go. Quickly, let's run through the article. All right, Derrick Henry is back, officially activated and set to start Saturday versus the Tennessee Titans. Take out the hoopla of one of the NFL's best players making a dramatic return for the playoffs, and the King will be essentially back to normal in the divisional round versus the Bengals. Essentially back to normal, folks. So once again, 30 plus carries. Ooh, there's no kind of load management. Essentially back to normal. And normal Derrick Henry is the greatest running back of all time, folks. Y'all know how we feel about that. I am unapologetic. I already know he's only ran for 4 years so far. Greatest running back of all time. We can end the discussion right now, okay? So, essentially back to normal, except with one minor exception. Quote, I have a big steel plate in my foot, Henry said. That's right, the player who was an MVP candidate before breaking the fifth metatarsal in his foot and having surgery had a steel plate inserted into his foot. That's not all. Henry is also expected to play this weekend with a metal plate in his shoe, similar to those that players who have turf toe wear. Added protection. So, hey, steel plate in the foot, steel plate in the shoe. So, if you're trying to shoestring tackle Derrick Henry, his feet are going to kind of kill you. So, we know that's how you have to kind of tackle Derrick Henry. You just got to kind of wrap him up and then slide down to his feet because, he's going to be wiggling out of that tackle. And then you just got to hold on for dear life on those feet that hopefully Derrick Henry doesn't, break the tackle and lift his feet out of your hand. So, when you're going to have to try and tackle that steel, and it's going to be cold in Tennessee. There's not going to be any precipitation, but I still think it's like 25 to like 30 degrees there. So it's still a little cold, and we know metal gets very cold, so this is going to be a competitive advantage for Derrick Henry. Not that he needs one. I mean, no bionic Derrick Henry is still great. We already know that. But getting a little competitive advantage, hey, that's what you get. A little bit of advantage for being, 10 weeks removed from the league. I think you can kind of wear some metal in your feet, okay? Wear metal in your feet. Alrighty, so why is this happening truly? Why? Sources explained. The metal plate is a modified orthotic to protect the foot from stress and stop it from flexing. It takes pressure off the repaired area to keep it safe while he's running and cutting. He can run without any reservations. Yes. Derrick Henry not being timid, not kind of running at like 90% speed because he's like, I really want to win this game and I'm very good and obviously, I want to score and win for my team and all that, but I also kind of have to think about my future and my health, my body. I kind of want to be able to walk. I want to walk after football. So, none of that's running through his mind because of the metal plate in his foot, metal plate in his shoe. He will be running without any reservations. Love it. Back to the article quickly. As for the plate, it's considered more secure and stable than simply inserting a screw into the repaired metatarsal. Henry actually has one plate and 5 screws in his foot. Jeez Louise, how do you even fit that in there? How do you fit 5 plates? A plate and 5 screws in this thing. Damn. But I guess, we're not athletic feet, I guess. Maybe Derrick Henry's got some big-ass feet. He is big, so I guess he might got some big-ass feet as well. But yeah, Derrick Henry is good to go here, folks. Metal in the foot, metal in the shoe, metal all around. And he's going to be out there running absolutely normal. And normal Derrick Henry, folks, are y'all ready to watch normal Derrick Henry? Because normal Derrick Henry, once again, is the greatest running back ever to have ever lived, folks, okay? So, here we go. We got to watch our daily dose of Derrick Henry to kind of, re-see. We've gone 10 weeks without the man, folks. We've started to forget. We started to blank. Our memories have started to kind of fade in our mind. We're like, oh no, we haven't seen Derrick Henry. Is he still good? Do we even know if Derrick Henry's good? We've got to refresh our mind here. So, here we go. We've been watching Derrick Henry this week and just kind of going to his game performances from this season, but if we're getting normal Derrick Henry back, classic OG Derrick Henry, we gotta kind of go through Derrick Henry's entire career. So this is the highlight package we're gonna be watching from Derrick Henry today. Derrick Henry running through people for 8 minutes. We know he's good, folks. We know he's fast, and we know he's beefy as heck. So let's see what this Derrick Henry running back is going to be doing to a really good, really solid Bangles defense. Will Derrick Henry be able to run through this Bangles defense? Well, let's watch and decide. So here we go, folks. Derrick Henry, what do you got for us? First play up, and this is against the Bills this season. We've watched this one earlier in the week, but man, oh man, it never gets old. Derrick Henry, 5 yards after contact, rips it 60 yards with the speed. And folks, folks. Once again, the speed of Derrick Henry is the biggest enigma in all of sports. When you look at him, he's looking like he's running in slow motion because he's so big, folks. Just look at how tall Derrick Henry is. He's literally the tallest player out there on the field, folks. His head is above every single other player here on the field. And then here we go, when he's going towards the safeties, just look at this man compared to these other two defenders, these three defenders. Derrick Henry is so much more brolic than all these defenders, and you're supposed to be kind of beefy as a defender because you're supposed to, make the tackles and jar the ball loose. And Derrick Henry is taller than all these players, he's beefier than all these players, and he's faster than all these players because for the final 40-yard dash, he's able to create 5-10 yards of separation because he's able to outrun everybody. It's just crazy, folks. I think he's, I believe he's 6'3", Derrick Henry officially, so it's just, he doesn't look that fast because of his height and his beefiness, but folks, he's the fastest running back in the league. I take Derrick Henry in a foot race over Jonathan Taylor. I've got no problem saying that. And then here we go, a quick cut, no problem, hitting the edge. Once again, the stiff arm, stiff arming the Seahawks into oblivion and then finishing off the last 15 yards. Here we go, 3 defenders on the goal line. This is going to be the biggest advantage for the Titans in this game, folks. Titans in the red zone may be one of the most unstoppable teams, where they will always get touchdowns because when they're at full strength, obviously, and they are going to be at full strength this game, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill. So the core 4 here is all going to be there, and they're all so great in the red zone. Ryan Tannehill with the read option, with the play action, and the ability to bootleg and then take it all 20 yards in the red zone for the score himself. He can run it in. We know Ryan Tannehill's famous touchdown celebration. I do kind of love it when he runs in the end zone. He does that kind of little skip and the little bit of a fingertip roll of the football off of his fingers. It's pretty, I do like it. I think it's a good celebration. It's original, it's good, it's all that, and it's his. You don't see anybody else doing that. So Ryan Tannehill flexing in the end zone after every single touchdown run by him, so we know he can do that. Derrick Henry in the red zone just punching and chunking away 2, 3, 4, not even 2. Why did I say? He never only gets 2 yards, folks. It's always 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards every single run. So you do that 3 times, you're in the end zone right there from the 20, no problem. So Derrick Henry running in the end zone, Ryan Tannehill running in the end zone, and that's just the runners. Then you got Julio Jones, throw up the back shoulder fades, throw up it one-on-one matchup, corner of the end zone, bango, he'll come down with that. Same thing on the other side with A.J. Brown, excuse me. So you got the 2 receivers on both sides. You got Derrick Henry in the middle, and then you got the wild card Tannehill, throw, pass, run, doesn't matter. He'll get it done. Fake it even, fake Derrick Henry, fake a toss to Derrick Henry, fake the end around with Julio Jones, fake the reverse end around with A.J. Brown, and then fake the pass back to Derrick Henry, and then Ryan Tannehill takes it himself. I mean, there could be a lot of trickery here because you've got to guard all of it, every single play, every single second of every single play in the red zone. So a big advantage here for the Titans. But let's get back to Derrick Henry because that's what this segment's about. Derrick Henry piling through, and then, oh my God, the biggest stiff arm ever, folks. The stiff arm on Josh Norman. Get off of me. The most disrespectful thing I've ever seen, and it's the glorious thing I've ever seen. So stiff arming. Once again, the strength is there. The cutting here to this Texans team, and then he is gone. He is gone. What is this? 90 yards, folks. 90 yards. 96 yards to the house, folks. This is Derrick Henry. He is fast. He is fast. He is fast. We know he's big and beefy. Yes, this highlight package is running through people for 8 minutes, but it's also running 90 yards, 96 yards, beating everybody to the house. Derrick, that's what, we know Jonathan Taylor's good, and I don't want to knock Jonathan Taylor at all, but the fact that people were discussing Jonathan Taylor as MVP this season, I mean, folks, can we be a little bit real? Did y'all see what Derrick Henry did last season? 2,000 rushing yards, no problem. Jonathan Taylor didn't get that, folks, okay? So yes, Jonathan Taylor's good, but he's a whole notch. There's a whole gap. Derrick Henry when you rank running backs on how great they are, Derrick Henry is obviously the best. And then there's a giant gap from number 1 to number 2. You can put number 2 whoever you want. If you want to do Jonathan Taylor, fantastic. Dalvin Cook, I wouldn't. If y'all want to do that, whatever. Joe Mixon, I wouldn't do that either. But if y'all want to do that, whatever. But there is a gap from whoever you put at number 2 to number 1 with Derrick Henry, folks. Okay? Well, when you talk about quarterbacks, you don't get that. You can put Tom Brady number 1, Aaron Rodgers number 2, really close. And then maybe Matthew Stafford a real close number 3. But however you order it, you see how close they are. There's no big gap that Tom Brady's so much better than Aaron Rodgers. It's not like that, like the running back position. Give Derrick Henry all the credit. The man should still win MVP this year. What is he, 5th in rushing, missing the final 9 games of the season? Come on. And then here we go, once again against Buffalo, just in the open field, lowering his shoulder, initiating the contact. He didn't do no jump cut here. He didn't do no quick cut to get around this defender in open space. Look at this man. He is 6 yards preparing for this hit. He's already starting to lower his head 6 yards away from the defender as 4 defenders are actively chasing him from behind. He lowers his shoulder, runs right over him. I mean, folks, he's a wrecking ball out here. Reversing field against the Seattle Seahawks once again. You got to play everything in the red zone because they can start off to the right, block it all to the right, but all these athletes on this Titans team, all of them can run, all of them can reverse field, and here we see Derrick Henry doing it. That was from this season. Here we go, the walk-off overtime, or before overtime against the Ravens. I believe this was last season. I believe this was in overtime. The walk-off game winner. He can be a game winner on top of everything that we just said about the man here over the last 12 minutes that we've been talking about Derrick Henry. This man can win games. Here we go, just running right through the pile against the Colts. Picks up the first down, getting inside the red zone. Folks, it's just so great. Are y'all not feeling as juiced as I am when I watch this fantastic athlete? Everything is just so magnificent from his build and how he runs and how he plays the game. Stiff arm, get off me. Look at how big this dude is, folks. Man, oh man. And y'all are telling me you can wait watching this man? Come on. Cannot wait to see this man back in action. We've been, a little cheated this season. The injury gods cheated us a little bit. We could have been getting this every single week for the last 9 weeks. And man, oh man, that would have been fantastic to watch week in and week out every single week. Had to take some weeks off, but the man is finally back, folks. I think we can cut it here. I think we've seen enough. Derrick Henry, the greatest running back of all time, returns to the field today, folks. 4:30 for the Bangles at the Titans, and we cannot wait to watch this man return. The King returns, folks. The King returns, and we're all here for it. So, Derrick Henry, cannot wait to watch you today. We'll obviously break down whatever we see today on tomorrow's show when we break down the games and all that. We might just watch Derrick Henry for the full hour tomorrow. I mean, that could be the possibility. I'm going to say this, so, I'm going to put this out there, folks. We could just do an hour and a half show just watching Derrick Henry from last night on tomorrow's show if he performs as well as we know he can. So gear up for that. It may just be all Derrick Henry tomorrow. Or maybe I have to do an urgent show tomorrow after this game, post-game, because Derrick Henry was just blowing our mind the entire game, and we just have to talk about it and watch it again right after it immediately. We might have to do that as well. So stick to our Twitter channel because it could get crazy. It could get crazy the next few hours, okay? We'll just leave it at that. Derrick Henry returns, and we cannot wait for it. Cannot wait. All right, so we all know Derrick Henry is the greatest NFL player to ever live, correct? Put him in the Hall of Fame right now. Absolutely. All right, so that is our Daily Derrick of the day, and we get to watch this. We get double dose of Derrick Henry. Yes, sir. Double dose of Derrick Henry. The second dose is coming up a little bit later. I can't wait. Woo! Man, oh man. All right, here we go. We got to move off of Derrick Henry because I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to go crazy on the man. I just want to watch more and more and more. You're lucky I'm cutting the last 5 minutes of this highlight tape off because it literally could have been a 2-hour, 4-hour show of just Derrick Henry. All right, we got to move off of Derrick Henry. All right, let's switch the screen so we're not reminded of Derrick Henry. All righty, what do we got up next here? We got our Daily Derrick out of the way. All right, let's go to our official picks. I know we're a little bit late. Oh, no. Hey, what the hell did I just do? I closed it? Okay, let's get that back up here. DraftKings Sportsbook, let's get that back up here. I have not closed this tab in a year, folks. Unfortunate. All right, here we go. We got to do our official picks here of the week. We're a little bit late on it. Once again, I apologize. We could not do the show yesterday, but we're back here. We still got time to put in your bets, time to talk it all through, folks. Once again, no worries. And even we're getting better value. Once again, now that you can, in New York, once again, unfortunately for all the other states that can't bet mobily quite yet, really kind of waiting to the final minutes, waiting up until game day to really make your official picks and your official bets. I think it's kind of the play here now, that you can bet whatever you want. You don't have to drive, 2 hours to put in a bet. You kind of have to work your schedule around it a little bit. But we see the value increasing here, folks. Bangles Titans is now at +4, which is great value if you want to bet the Bengals. So once again, the name of the game is value, folks. It's always going to be value when you're betting, folks. And now that New Yorkers can bet whenever they want, this is truly the gamble. Do I take the value now, or do I wait a little bit for the value to potentially go in my favor? Yes, you can bet the point totals whatever you want, but you lose value because now Bengals +4 is at that classic standard -110, the normal spread lines, where when during the week when you want to buy a half a point or a full point, you're gonna lose value. You're gonna probably go from -110 on the spread line to about maybe -125, 130, 140, -150, and yeah, it's not that much value, but at the end of the day, it is still value, and that's what we're all trying to do here: find the best value. So waiting, it's the name of the game, folks. We know value can disappear instantly, and we know value can kind of appear instantly, but it usually does disappear way more frequently than it appears, okay? But here we go. Let's make our official picks here. We're going to pick every single game here this week. I don't think we're going to do and talk really any prop bets. We'll see what Derrick Henry's rushing yards is. We may do that, but that's probably the only one we do. But without further ado, folks, here we go, making our official picks for the 4 playoff games over the next 2 days, folks. So here we go. First one up is the Bengals at the Titans, folks. Alrighty, like we just said, spread has gone up. Bengals +4, now Titans -4. Oh, and I also want to shout out this. Now it could get truly crazy. Now that betting is becoming more mainstream, more accepted, more states are legalizing mobile betting. I kind of want to take a quick shout out to Nick Wright from Fox Sports. Fox Sports has their own kind of sports book. Fox Sports Bet, something like that. They've got their own kind of sports book overall. And Nick Wright wanted to bet the Titans here, but didn't want to get hit on that half a point hook. Remember, the Titans -3.5. So Nick Wright and Fox, they lowered the spread for 2 hours to 2 hours. The Titans -2.5, so you can get under that kind of field goal hook. So you win by 3. We all know it. You cover the 2.5. So now we're going to get crazy deals, quick boosts, value. Going to have to be glued to Twitter, glued to the app, all that, your betting app, to truly see, hang on, is there going to be great value here? Is somebody going to kind of boost up or boost down the odds like Nick Wright did with Fox Sports Bet? So it's crazy. I love it, folks. I love that. I think that's absolutely fantastic that, the sportsbook are willing to do that, because they obviously set the line like that, because they kind of know, hey, this is kind of that hook and we can win just based off that hook. So shout out to Fox Bet for doing that. I think it's genius, and it's just unfortunate because now we're going to have to actively be looking out for that. And once again, talking about value, showing up and disappearing just like that. That was just a 2-hour window it was open for, folks. So, man, oh man. All right, but let's get back to this little anecdote there. I thought that was cool. Alrighty, here we go. Back to the matchup here. Bengals +4, Titans -4. Folks, this is the toughest game to bet. The absolute toughest game, because we know this Bengals offense is explosive. They can score. They like to score. They pass the ball. They take their deep shots. They trust Jamar Chase. They trust T. Higgins. And most importantly of all, they trust Joe Burrow, his arm, his accuracy, his decision making. They let that man sling around the ball however, whenever he wants. So we know the Bengals can score. We've been talking about this Bengals defense being kind of undervalued a little bit, shutting down the Titans in the red zone. But what did we just say when we were watching Derrick Henry highlights today? Titans in the red zone may be the most dangerous team in the NFL. Let me see if I can get up these numbers quickly. They may not be 100% kind of what we're trying to say, just because Derrick Henry has been out, because Julio Jones has kind of been in and out here. So I guess we don't need to look up the official numbers. I guess I could try to take a quick look. Red zone touchdown percentage, because I would probably say at full strength they are the best team of scoring a touchdown when they get in the red zone, not having to settle for field goals. So here we go. NFL team red zone scoring percentage, TD only. Alrighty, so let's see where this Titans team ranks, and they are, where are we at? Jeez Louise, Tennessee, Tennessee, where the heck are they? Number 6. They're at 63% of putting the ball in the end zone when they arrive in the red zone. That's 6th best in the league, folks, and I would say it would probably be number 1 if Derrick Henry was healthy all season long. So this Titans team is deadly in the red zone because there is so much to cover here with Derrick Henry running, obviously, up the middle, off the pitch, off the right side, and then has to reverse all the way to the left side because everything to the right side was covered, and he's still able to run off for 15 yards, reversing field to the left. We've seen that this season. So that's just Derrick Henry. Then we factor in the receivers, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, both. They can go up and get the ball. One-on-one matchups in the back of the end zone. You take that shot every single time. Back shoulder throws. They can both make those fantastic. Reaching over defenders, jumping over defenders, making spectacular one-handed catches if they need to. So that's, aspect number 2 of scoring in the red zone. Then you bring in Ryan Tannehill to tie it all together. He can run, he can pass, he can bootleg, he can play action, he can read option. So that just adds another element that you have to defend in the red zone. So this Bengals team is truly going to be put to the test in the red zone. We saw them clamp up every single time. They got burned once, but it was still a close throw. Derrick Carr slings it. It's a one-on-one matchup, little kind of a slant route in the middle of the end zone, and that was their one lone touchdown for the Raiders last week. Every other time they got in the red zone, they had to settle for the field goals. I think they ended with 19 points, so 7 minus 19 is 12. 3 goes into 12 4 times, so they had to settle for field goals 4 times when they got kind of close to the end zone. So the Bengals' red zone defense was good, but is it going to be good trying to defend everything on how they can score by the Titans in the red zone? So I truly cannot decide with the +4 or the -4 here. Even with the extra half a point value now, with the Bengals going from +3.5 to +4, I still don't even know if that is great value. But the one thing that I am kind of certain of, folks, is that both of these teams can score the ball. I can see this game playing out 2 ways, folks. The Bengals get out to a hot start, and I mean hot, folks. I mean 14, 17, 21, nothing, midway second quarter, hot start, okay? And if that happens, Titans are going to be playing catch-up all game long, throwing downfield, while the Bengals are still, putting on the score. They do not take their foot off the pedal offensively, folks. So I could see the point total being high that way. Then a standard game probably going Titans score, Bengals score, Titans score, Bengals score. Maybe they both punt. Maybe one team punts, the other score. But overall, a close game. Everybody answering off their scores because we know both of these teams can score. Once again, Bengals letting Joe Burrow sling the ball whenever he wants. This Titans offense, they're made to score however they want, passing, running. Once again, so I think we've only officially taken an over once this season. We usually stay away from the overs and usually just bet the spread line. But for this game, I can't. I got to watch Derrick Henry. Y'all know we love Derrick Henry. I can't actively root against Derrick Henry. That's not really the reason why we're not taking a spread here. But the fact that we could just watch Derrick Henry be great and we can watch Joe Burrow be great and know both of those players are fantastic, best, top 5 of their position. I have to say that just because of Joe Burrow, because Derrick Henry's number 1 of his position. But both, in the top 5 of their positions here. Able to score. Bengals being kind of so aggressive. Titans first playoff game, energetic, had that week by being fresh. We are officially taking the over 47.5 here, folks. We're going to stay away from the spread line because I truly don't know who's going to win this game. I know who's going to win all these other games, folks, okay? And we usually know who's going to win these games here. That's why we never take the over, because we don't have to take the over. But for this one, I feel more confidently taking the over the points than just getting points or swallowing points. So officially taking Bengals Titans over 47.5 points because there is just so much explosibility on the field between these two teams, and they both can get it done. And this Titans team in the red zone, I don't know if the Bengals defense is going to be able to handle that as well as they did against the Raiders last week, and the Raiders still had a chance to win the game at the end of the game. Once again, why I can't really take just 4 points here with the Bengals. This truly could be a touchdown game just because, and at that point, I would like to just take the over. So officially betting the over, I think for only the second or third time officially this season. Bengals over 47.5. Bengals Titans over 47.5. All right. Let's move on to the next matchup here. Once again, we know who's going to win this game. 49ers at the Packers. 49ers plus 5.5. Packers minus 5.5. Folks, and I love the Packers minus 5.5 here. I could definitely see this 100% being a touchdown game. Packers up 7 points. Jimmy Garoppolo with a chance to go and tie the game on a 2-3 minute drive in the fourth quarter to tie the game to go into overtime, but that's where Jimmy Garoppolo may flounder, folks, and may, just come crashing down. We've seen Jimmy Garoppolo be clutch in the regular season, and I think I'm kind of getting this a little distorted, when I think about Jimmy G. Once again, I've kind of admitted a little bit earlier this week that I'm kind of not siding with y'all 100%, but I truly see a little bit more of where y'all are coming from when you call Jimmy Garoppolo not great and not clutch. We saw what he did against the Rams, obviously, to get into the playoffs, week 18. But, that was regular season Jimmy G. Regular season Jimmy G can be clutch. Have we ever seen Jimmy Garoppolo be clutch in the playoffs? They didn't need to be clutch really last week. He wasn't clutch last week. Turning the ball over in the second half, all that was a playoff game. We all know the Super Bowl 10-point lead and lose it in the fourth quarter. We all know that. Jimmy Garoppolo not being clutch. So we get playoff Jimmy G. It's not good, folks. It's not clutch, anything like that. Now he has to go into Green Bay where it's going to be cold. Once again, I don't think there's going to be any snow, any precipitation, but it is going to be cold here in Green Bay. Probably affects Jimmy Garoppolo. Once again, Jimmy Garoppolo not being named really kind of, the future starting quarterback here or just the starting quarterback for this season alone all year long. Once again, Kyle Shanahan up and down. Trey Lance is going to play, but for how long? We don't know. Oh, he's not going to play, but we're going to go with Jimmy G, and we still love Jimmy, but we still love Trey Lance, and that's why we drafted him. But we're not going to play him here, but we're going to play him here, and he started, and he didn't look good, but, then we're still going to make question marks the following week after Trey Lance just started. Oh, who's going to be the starting quarterback? Is Jimmy Garoppolo even good enough to to play? Is he going to be out there? Is he healthy enough to be out there? And then we heard from Jimmy G earlier this week saying, yeah, it's always been in the back of my mind here that I'm not going to be the guy. This could be my last game with the 49ers. I know that. I understand that. I was kind of feeling that the entire season. We heard that from him. Then we get, the injuries on Jimmy G. The thumb injury obviously is going to be a little, banged up here going into cold Green Bay. So that's going to affect Jimmy Garoppolo throwing. And then the non-throwing shoulder injury that he just sustained. We saw Baker Mayfield with the non-throwing arm shoulder injury, and that man was garbage all year long. So I get Aaron Rodgers coming fresh off of a bye. 49ers just barely escaping Dallas in almost a complete second half collapse offensively. Jimmy Garoppolo missing throws. We watched him in our film study, and he was a big reason why the 49ers lost it in the second half here. So I get the Packers minus 5.5. The only kind of knock that we have on this Packers team, which, once again, we can maybe turn into a positive a little bit, is that the Packers don't blow out any teams. We see them kind of, even against the Steelers, they took it down to the nitty gritty, all, competitive game all throughout. We've seen that by the Packers all season long. They don't blow out the teams. So this is probably going to be like a one possession win, regardless of what Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers do all game long, whether Jimmy Garoppolo is playing flawlessly, whether Jimmy Garoppolo is playing the worst football we've ever witnessed this man play in his NFL career. Regardless, it's probably going to come down to that last possession by the 49ers in the fourth quarter. So I see the Packers winning by 7 here. We talked about that when we predicted the line here. We really just wanted anything under 6.5 here. I didn't care if it was 6.5, 6, 5.5, whatever it was, 5, 4. I didn't think it was going to be that low. But as long as it was under 7, we were going to give the green light to bet the Packers, and that's exactly what we're doing. Packers minus 5.5. Aaron Rodgers fresh. Aaron Rodgers trying to get back, trying to get back to the Super Bowl. Has to get back to the championship game first, and then try to, finally pull it out in the clutch. We'll see if he can do that. But we're not there quite yet, folks. We're still divisional round. 49ers and the Packers, they do have history together. I think Aaron Rodgers is 0-3 over the 49 against the 49ers in the playoffs, so obviously that's going to play a factor. How much? We'll see. But at the end of the day, I trust Aaron Rodgers 1,000% more than I trust Jimmy Garoppolo here. And another, how we're going to try to turn that Green Bay knock of not blowing out any team and turn that into a little bit of a positive would be that this Packers team, they know the fight. They know the grit that takes to win a game, a close game. They've never blown anybody out, so they know how to win close games, and that is a huge factor in team building, bringing a team together, winning games, trying to win the ring. You must be able to win in different scenarios. How you're able to handle a blowout win, how you're able to handle a close game. And this Packers team, they know close games. They know how to win close. And for that, another reason why we love the Packers minus 5.5. They get a 7-point lead. I believe they will be able to hang on to that 7-point lead for the entirety of the game here. Never give it up. We'll swallow the 5.5 here for the Packers and love doing so. The biggest spread of the weekend, folks, and we're swallowing the points, okay? We're feeling confident. Packers minus 5.5. Alrighty, those are the 2 games today, but we know there's 2 more games on tomorrow. So here we go. Let's continue on here. Tomorrow, Rams at the Bucks, and wow, we're getting good value here. I believe this line has dropped 0.5 point, but it's because y'all are betting what are y'all betting? It went down 0.5 point here. But the Rams are plus 2.5 at plus 100 on the spread. So that's kind of showing that everybody's swallowing the 2.5 here for the Bucks, thinking that they win. But I'm going to go the other way, and I'm going to take the Rams plus 2.5. And once again, going back to, finding value whenever you can, getting the Rams on the spread line at plus 100. That's fantastic value, I would say, folks. And you would probably even be able to bet it up to Rams plus 3 and only kind of be at like minus 110. Let's see if we can actually do that quickly, because that would even, really not lose any value at that point, because it's just kind of normal spread line, which you would expect to get odds if you were just betting the regular spread. So Rams plus 3, what is this at? Rams, you got to do plus 3.5, can't do the plus 3. So plus 3.5 is minus 140, plus 3 probably would have been around minus 120-ish. So once again, losing a little bit of value from the the normal -110 spread line. So back to this though. We get Rams plus 2.5 here. That is what we are going with for this game. Rams plus 2.5. I like Matthew Stafford. I love Sean McVay not putting it all on Matthew Stafford to win their game last week. They mixed in the running game very heavily. Sony Michel was getting it done. We had Cam Akers getting it done. Fantastic. I believe they both had about like 13 rushes themselves. So running back by committee. Balanced run and passing attack, and Sean McVay just being smart, getting OBJ involved. He's all good to go. Nobody was once again able to really shut down Cooper Kupp, able to make some big time plays when he needed to make them. And this defense of the Rams, I really think, is going to be the thing that ties everything together of a dominant win. I think this could be like a 10-point win here for the Rams, folks. I know it may be a little crazy to say, but I kind of see that's how that's going because of the Rams defense. Obviously, we got Jalen Ramsey, and we got Aaron Donald coming off the line, and this is why the Rams defense is going to be able to tie it all together. Going back to last week, folks, wild card weekend for the Bucks and the Eagles. Bucks got out to a 17-0 lead. That was fantastic by them. But then what happened? We talked about it in our film study, folks. The Eagles had a chance to come back if they were able to put it together offensively because the Eagles defense was getting pressure on Brady, knocking Brady down. The offensive linemen were getting knocked out of the game. Like 2 offensive linemen got a little banged up for the game. So the Bucks offensive lineman is going to be a little knocked up, a little banged up here, giving Aaron Donald the clear to bully anybody that they put on him, double team, triple team. He's going to probably be able to, get some decent pressure on Brady. And once again, that going back to that 17-0 lead, there was about like a four offensive drives by the Eagles to get any points on any of those 4 drives to try to chip away at that 17-0 deficit. If the Rams were in the same predicament, down 17-0 because the defense was starting to get the pressure on Tom Brady and the Bucs weren't able to move the ball offensively, I trust Matthew Stafford to take advantage of those great defensive series by the Rams, forcing 3-and-outs by Tom Brady and the Bucs, and Matthew Stafford in the running game getting points during that stretch. I don't even think they get down 17-0, but if they did, I would feel comfortable of the Rams trying to get back in the game on what we saw last week. And then the second aspect, folks, talking about Jalen Ramsey and locking down, the wide receivers. We saw Mike Evans. Obviously, we know no Antonio Brown, so we know they lost a little bit of depth there. Scotty Miller, not even really a big part of the offense last week. Really just relying on Mike Evans to get it to go. And we weren't super impressed by Mike Evans. It was a lot of screen game. It was a lot of Tom Brady getting the ball out of his hands to Mike Evans on wide receiver screens, and they never really broke big. We never really saw Tom Brady and Mike Evans connecting on that deep ball, contested one-on-one matchup down the field. We saw Mike Evans get open down the field, but never kind of like a big-time bomb, a big-time shot play. I think the biggest was maybe like 30 yards, and it was good. It was Mike Evans burning the corner. I get it. But is he going to be able to burn Jalen Ramsey? But I just did not love going to Mike Evans over and over and over and over and over again on those screenplays. So Rams at the line of scrimmage, pressing Mike Evans, able to blow it all up here, potentially here for the Bucs. Now, there is a little bit of not great news for the Bucs as well. Bucs ruled out running back Ronald Jones and wide receiver Brashad Perryman. We know Brashad Perryman was never a big impact on this offense, but now losing AB and needing to kind of look at their other receivers here, it's still a little unfortunate here for this Bucs team overall. Leonard Fournette has to be activated off of IR tomorrow to play, and that's seeming like it's going to be the case that he does get activated off of IR. It does seem like he is going to play, so they are going to have Leonard Fournette back. And is this snowing in Green Bay? Oh, man, that is snowing, so I was wrong. What do we got? 10-degree temp, feels like -1, wind is 7 miles an hour, and there is some snow on the field, but they'll probably take off the protective covering on it and may look good to go. So, all right. Snow currently in Green Bay, but that's really not going to affect our decision overall. It kind of helps the Packers if there's snow, because I'm not trusting Jimmy G from San Francisco to get it done in the snow. So we still keep our Packers -5.5. Back to the Rams +2.5. Bucs still once again shorthanded offensively. Defense a little bit shorthanded. Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay catching their stride here. last week offensively, and everything was working out for them. So we get 2.5 here for the Rams. Loving it at plus 100. Great odds. We love it. We take it. We secure it. Rams plus 2.5, folks. That's our pick. Alrighty, and then the last playoff game of the weekend, folks, and this is a game that contains the Super Bowl champions, alright? Did y'all listen to the show a little bit earlier this week when we declared our Super Bowl champions based on what we saw on Wild Card Weekend? The Bills are winning the Super Bowl, and they will be able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, folks. This Bills offense playing that flawless game last week. Josh Allen slinging the ball around, running the ball around, getting it done in the red zone every single time, never having to settle for a field goal, folks. Fantastic. And the biggest thing that stuck to us, folks, from that game was the aggressiveness by Sean McDermott and Brian Daboll, folks. Yes, Brian Daboll. I get it, folks, okay? Brian Daboll getting it done, aggressive. We have not seen this by the Bills all last season. They were never aggressive in the playoffs, even wild card round when they had to face Phillip Rivers and the Colts. That should have been a dominant win because the defense should have been able to lock up or they did lock up Phillip Rivers all game long, but the offense still only put up like 27? Would they win like 27, 24, 24, 21, something around those lines? Just a little bit light on what the Bills have been doing all last season, all this season, putting up 35 plus points almost every single game, getting it done. Offense, being aggressive, pushing the ball down the field. We've seen that time and time again over the last 2 years in the regular season, and they started to clam up last year in the playoffs. They didn't clam up this year, game one in the playoffs, and I feel like they're just going to continue to get better offensively and never resort back to being conservative. Now, the Bills and the Chiefs already faced this season in Kansas City, and the Bills won it in pretty dominant fashion. They kind of handled their own there. And they've got to do they get the chance to be able to do the same when it really matters a little bit more. Now they're in the playoffs. That was like week 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there, a little bit earlier on in the regular season. But Bills plus 1.5 here. Take the Bills on the money line. Swallow 2.5. Doesn't matter. They will win this game here. The defense, once again, going back to last week, Bills and the Patriots. I mean, Mac Jones was this close of tying up the game. It was a really good throw. Not great, like we said. Still a really, really good, aggressive throw by Mac Jones. But Micah Hyde coming and intercepting the ball single-handedly won the game by their defense. And this Chiefs team, offensively, they're going to be, a little exposed. We already have the blueprint to beat Patrick Mahomes. Pressure him, make him run all over the field. Do not let this man be comfortable in the pocket, and do not let this man be able to run out of, bad plays, bootlegging out to the right or the left, keeping him contained and making him run all over the field. We know the blueprint last year from the Super Bowl. Does Josh Allen really have a blueprint on how to stop him? Because he's the only one doing anything really offensively. They got a little bit, decent running game last week against the Patriots. We've kind of seen it be okay. Maybe the last 3 or 4 games, the running game has been solid. Nothing great, nothing really bad. It's just been really solid. But, is there a blueprint on how to stop this Bills team? They sling the ball around. It's not like if you just pressure Josh Allen, he flounders big time. We see this man escaping out of the pocket, running better than Patrick Mahomes can. I think Josh Allen is the best dual threat quarterback in the league, folks. Better than Patrick Mahomes, better than Kyler Murray, better than Lamar Jackson is Josh Allen. Who would have thought, really, who would have freaking thought that, a year ago? Even last year, I didn't think Josh Allen was a better dual threat quarterback than any of those guys. But now this season, we've been telling y'all we want to see the Bills run more. I was on a podcast earlier this season on Wednesdays with Wheels. Check him out. He's on Facebook. Wednesdays with Wheels, talking the Buffalo Bills. And I was telling him, I was showing plays, hey, Josh Allen's got to run here. We need to see more Josh Allen running. And this was probably around weeks 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe around there, a little bit earlier on in the regular season. And here they are, running Josh Allen, winning games, looking fantastic while doing so. The dual threat ability of Josh Allen, the fantastic defense of the Bills here. This Chiefs offense still, we know this Chiefs offense, obviously, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid. I mean, they've been together the last, 4 years, always fantastic. But this year seems a little bit Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce a little bit banged up. We haven't really seen that by him. All those kind of drop passes by Tyreek Hill that led to interceptions early on in the season, they have kind of cleaned that up in the back end of the season. But it just the offense doesn't seem as fantastic as it has been, right? Is that just because we're used to it now, or are we truly seeing a drop off in production overall? I don't know 100%. All I know is that I love this Bills offense better than what I've seen by this Chiefs offense all year long. They finally got everything that we were worried about by the Bills. They took care of that last week against the Patriots in the playoffs, and for that, we're taking the Bills. We think they win the Super Bowl hands down, no problem against any team here. They can beat the Packers, they can beat the Rams, they can beat the Bucks, they can obviously beat the 49ers. Derrick Henry next week is going to be the challenge because we saw Derrick Henry kind of be the difference maker in their 34-31 loss over the Titans a little bit early on in the season. So maybe you don't want to face the Titans, but overall I think they'd be able to win that second meeting. But it is in Tennessee, so once again, a little tough there for the Bills. Regardless, they make it out of Kansas City here with a win. Love the Bills offense being aggressive, folks. That's really the big thing that makes me feel so confident on the Bills. They're aggressive in their offense, and you have to be aggressive in the playoffs. You must be aggressive. You know what happens if you're not aggressive? You're allowed to throw 3 interceptions in a championship game and still win the game because Aaron Rodgers and the Packers weren't aggressive. Matt LaFleur kicking the field goal, even having Aaron Rodgers in the red zone. You must be aggressive here, and the Bills are aggressive, and for that aggressiveness, Bills plus 1.5 is our pick. So all of our picks one more time for this divisional round matchups all week long. We're taking the Bangles and the Titans over 47.5, Packers minus 5.5, Rams plus 2.5, and the Bills plus 1.5. Little nice 4-teamer plus 1291 odds. So if you put $100 on it, you're walking away with $1391, a nice $1,200 profit, folks. That's pretty good for just watching football. I'll take that. You pay me $1,200 to watch 4 games of football. I'll take that, and that's exactly how you do it. Sit back, relax. 4-teamer right here that we are feeling absolutely perfect on, folks. Loving it. One last time. Bengals, Titans over 47.5. Packers minus 5.5. Rams plus 2.5. Bills plus 1.5. Bet it on the money line at plus 100 odds, and I would even endorse it all the way up to Bills minus 2.5 just because of a win. You know what I mean? Field goal win, probably. Closer game. I don't think this Bills team is going to blow them out, but I could definitely see like a 3 to 10 point win for the Bills. Absolutely. So I would endorse it all the way up to Bills minus 2.5, where the value is at plus 125. So, you know, it's not any great value. It's not like, oh my God, it's like life-changing odds right here of just swallowing 2.5. So just take the 1.5 there at plus or at minus 110. Alrighty, let's quickly see. I want to see what the prop bet is for Derrick Henry rushing yards. Let's see, are they going to kind of stick it to us and making it high, or are they going to give us a little bit of play with his first game back, maybe only doing like 60? I'll take over like 65. I'll do 65 rushing yards with Derrick Henry, no problem. Anything over that, we may have to talk about it and discuss a tad. So let's do rushing props. Derrick Henry, ooh, they're making us work for it. Damn, they're making us work for it. All right, we respect it, Vegas. We definitely respect the line being this high. We just don't get the great value now. But the rushing yards for Derrick Henry over 85.5. Don't get me wrong, I love Derrick Henry first game back, though. Is he going to be able to do that 100-yard performance that we've seen multiple times this season? Most likely, folks. So we'll stay away from Derrick Henry over 85.5 rushing yards. I know that's a little blasphemous for us to say that, and disrespect the king, but, we don't need to push anything. We've got 4 solid picks here. We don't need to push anything. So just sticking with our 4 official picks of these games. Alrighty, those are our official picks. I just want to quickly run down the what the machines say about our picks. Our favorite video to watch, win probability score projections that NFL puts out on a weekly basis. So we have to sit through this 20-second ad here because I had to take ad blocker off because the NFL.com website is so trash. Y'all know how we feel about the NFL.com website and Game Pass and all that. It's trash. So let's play the game by NFL and watch their dumb ad for whatever this product is. Worthy. I don't even know what the heck it is. Worthy Jewelry. Sell your diamond jewelry on Worthy. Go do that so we can finally see what they're talking about here scoring wise. Alrighty, so here we go. First game up. They're talking Bills at the Chiefs. Now we took the Bills to win this game, but the 1.5, and They put it right on the spread line, basically. They say the Bills lose 27-26, but we get the 1.5 there, so, we probably hit. But I think the Bills win regardless anyway, so we're not really kind of agreeing with the machines. I think the Bills can win outright, no problem. So not really agreeing with the machines there. Then the next game up is the Rams at the Bucks, and we took the Rams. I think the Rams win straight up. We'll take the 2.5 just for some added value, a little bit of added extra safety security there. So we're going to take the Rams. I think they win outright. We get 2.5 there. They say the Bucks win by 4, 27-23. I don't agree, folks. So far, me and the machines disagreeing on the first two matchups. Alrighty, next one up is the Bangles at the Titans, and we took this one over 47.5, and they say this game is at 49 points. Alright, fine, the machines agreeing with us. They say it's a close game here, so if you agree with the machines, if you agreed with the machines on these last two games that we just discussed, and you're a little bit of a machine lover out there, you fall for the machines, you fancy the machines, the Bengals +4 is looking like fantastic value, saying the Titans only win by 1, 25-24. Regardless, it goes over the 47.5. Derrick Henry gets the win. I'd be okay with that outcome. Absolutely. I would love to see Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in the AFC Championship game as well. I mean, this is going to be, we're kind of happy with either result. I think I'm going a little bit more for the King here, but we'll see what happens in this game, and we're taking the over. Machines agree with the over. And then the final game, we get Packers at the 49ers at the Packers, and they say the Packers win by 7, exactly what we're saying. Packers never really win by 2 possessions. This is probably going to be a touchdown game. We called the touchdown game last week. We said Raiders at the Bengals was going to be, a 7-point game. So we were fine swallowing, was it 4.5, 5.5 with the Bengals? Because once again, it was under 7 and it's going to be a touchdown game. There was a touchdown game. I believe this game is also a touchdown game at 5.5. So taking the 49ers +5.5, I really don't think is good value unless you think the 49ers are really going to just win outright, because I don't think it's going to be a 3-point game. I'm almost 100% sure the machines agree with us that it is going to be a 7-point game. So, all right, 2 for 2 on the machines, agreeing with us 2 for 2 there. 2 agrees, 2 disagrees. All righty, I think I'm going to get them all right. Machines, I think they're going to be hitting 50% while we are hitting 100. Alrighty, that is all we had to do of talking about the bets, but I got to get in the Carson Wentz digs. Folks, do we have enough time for this? 15 minutes? Maybe we can do 20 minutes? Yeah, we should be able to get this done in 20 minutes. So, here we go. Carson Wentz, did you think you were going to escape the wrath of takes by fans? No. I know it's a little bit late, folks, but we've been discussing actual playoff teams over the last 2 weeks, and we know NFL.com delayed the release of the footage here of the Colts at Jaguars Week 18 game because they didn't want everybody knocking on Carson Wentz. They just had the Colts on Hard Knocks. They didn't want to kind of make a mockery out of Carson Wentz, so they hid the film from us. They didn't release the film that week. They waited until kind of the playoffs to release the film to be like, all right, nobody's going to go back and watch that game. All right, we're good with Carson Wentz for the remainder of the year. We're going back. We found time in the show to finally watch Carson Wentz, the biggest meltdown of any starting quarterback in this league, win and in. All you had to do was beat the Jaguars and you would be in the playoffs. And what did Carson Wentz do? A, he lost. B, he played miserable. 17 of 29, 185 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Did he fumble? And he fumbled. So 2 turnovers, put up 11 points against the clown organization Jaguars. They're a clown organization, folks. Did you not see their fans? They were all wearing clown makeup, clown costume, clown noses to this game to protest their owner, and yet you still let them beat you. You still let them knock you out of the playoffs. Carson Wentz, what the hell was that? What the absolute heck was that? We've been telling you all year long, folks, after week it was, 2 or 3, where Carson Wentz got a little banged up and knocked out of the game. We told you we were done with Carson Wentz. 100% done from about week 3 on Carson Wentz and this Colts team together. Carson Wentz not being able to stay healthy. Yes, he was able to kind of go the next game, but he got knocked out of that game and they lost. It was close. It was like a game-winning drive, potentially. The backup quarterback couldn't get it done. Carson Wentz potentially could have got it done there, potentially. And then he just never throws anything clutch, even though he has two fantastic receivers of Michael Pittman Jr. and T.Y. Hilton, an amazing running game to play off of, and yet we get a trash season by Carson Wentz. Everybody loved to say, oh, he never turned over the ball. He never turned over the ball. He never turned over the ball. Well, he also never single-handedly won any of these games that they won this season. It was all the defense. It was all the running game. That's why, midpoint of the season, we were like, Frank Reich, you must take the ball out of Carson Wentz's hands. And here we are in this game. Carson Wentz slinging the ball 29 times and Jonathan Taylor only rushing 15 times. What are you, nuts, Frank Reich? You should have just ran right from the get-go and never had Carson Wentz throw this ball at all this game. I would have had Carson Wentz throw the ball 10 times this game. That would be max by Carson Wentz. So, now that we've got the film, now that we can go into all the plays here that Carson Wentz floundered on, that's exactly what we're going to do. So, we're going to watch all the incompletions here by Carson Wentz, see this man flop and flounder in the big times, can't pick up the third down, can't get it done, has to settle for a field goal maybe here and there, and we'll watch all of that. We'll also see any big plays that we kind of come across. We'll take it drive by drive to see him flounder on every single drive throughout the entire game. Folks, buckle up because we're going in on Carson Wentz here. It's the end of the year. You missed the playoffs. This was the fact that they couldn't even make the playoffs, throw out that they didn't win the Super Bowl. Okay, you didn't have to win the Super Bowl this season to kind of truly count it as a good year. Really just had to win a playoff game. I would say that would be a successful year for this Colts team. Maybe even get to the AFC Championship game, not even winning it. But you didn't even get to the playoffs. You deserve the biggest knock, folks. This Colts team has been a quarterback plug-and-play, ready caliber Super Bowl competitor team. Just a plug-and-play quarterback away. Last season, Phillip Rivers couldn't get it done because, he was aging out of this league. And Carson Wentz, once again, he could not get it done either. So you must get rid of Carson Wentz. We've seen what he can do. It's nothing good. He never steps up in the big game. So this was a real meltdown by Carson Wentz. So we're going to go through drive by drive, watch these incompletions. Are they on Carson Wentz? Are they on the receivers? Do we have the blame wrong? I don't think so, folks, but we'll keep an open mind here as we watch these plays. And then any big plays, we'll see, hey, did he have like a 15-yard pass here or there? Any plays that broke big, and we'll watch them to see them all be dink and dunk and break big, not on Carson Wentz. So buckle up, folks. Let's take it drive by drive. First drive, here we go. We get an 11-yard pass by Carson Wentz. Oh, first play of the game, 11-yard pass by Carson Wentz. Was this all him? Let's see. Carson Wentz, big play here, 11 yards, play action, rolling out to the right, and it's just a bootleg for their tight end that takes it right from the snap line all the way for 10 yards, 11 yards. So all that was not on Carson Wentz, and that was an 11-yard big play. Okay, next play, incomplete pass. They just picked up the first down. Carson Wentz is warmed up. Carson Wentz is warmed up at midfield, already a completion. Second play of the game. We're going to get an incomplete pass here. Play action. Carson Wentz, plenty of time to throw, and then ball gets deflected. Carson Wentz wasting all this time to throw. And then just kind of lackadaisically was going to do a check down here. So even if this ball was completed and not batted at the line, let's watch one more time to truly make sure. Yes, that was batted. It would have been a check down for about 1 to 2 yards. This man was going to get smacked. Jonathan Taylor was about to get smacked by Josh Allen, I believe, right here. Number 44 was going to get smacked there for maybe a 1 to 2 yard gain. So yes, congratulations, Carson Wentz, with your 2 back-to-back dink and dunking. Yes. This is what you should be doing down 7-0 in a must-win game. Carson Wentz dinking and dunking, absolutely trash. Then finally, Frank Reich sees enough and goes an 8-yard run. Fantastic. Jonathan Taylor doing his part. I just got you 8 yards. On 2nd and 10, I make it 3rd and manageable for Carson Wentz to absolutely flounder again. Here we go. Incomplete pass on 3rd and 2, down 7-0 at the Jacksonville's 42-yard line. Play action here and a pump fake, and Jack Doyle can't hold onto the ball. A little bit of a sidearm here by Carson Wentz. Let's watch this throw one more time here. Jack Doyle. I mean, that's not really who he's supposed to be throwing to anyway. The play is developed for T.Y. Hilton to get this ball on a little bit of a rub route. I mean, this is a rub route all day. Jack Doyle right there, rubbing the defender. But T.Y. Hilton is not free, so he has to kind of check it back down to Jack Doyle, who's not really the play is supposed to go to. So that's unfortunate there by Carson Wentz. Everything was super conservative there. Once again, Frank Reich was kind of saying, hey, I can't trust Carson Wentz to go out there and win this game, especially down 7-0. So all the dinking, dunking, nothing was going beyond 3 yards, 2 yards, even 1 yard there, folks. So Carson Wentz, unfortunate trash on that first drive. Second drive, here we go. Is it better? Results into 3 points. Why only 3 points, Carson? Why could you not get 7 points out of this drive? Let's see. They get 1 yard run, 2 yard run, and a 33-yard play, 33-yard pass on 3rd and 7. Let's see this. Carson Wentz, probably his best play of the game. Let's see how it looks. 3rd and 7. Needs to pick this up. He goes deep, and there's T.Y. Hilton. This is a great throw by Carson Wentz. Yes, here it is. A strike over the middle of the field. Exactly where only T.Y. Hilton can go get this ball. Maybe if the defender turned his head around, it would have been a pick, but overall it's a completion, and we can't really kind of, play the, what if game. It's just now we're, revising history, and I don't know if we should be doing that. So we'll give Carson Wentz a throw on this. This was a great throw right there. 3rd and 7, needed this, down 7-0. You go to T.Y. Hilton. We love that. Why could he not keep this up all game long? This is 33 of his 185 yards coming on one play alone. Let's see if he can keep it up. So he gets the first down. Then we go to a 6-yard pass. Oh, they're getting some confidence on Carson Wentz here. Alrighty, and now, once again, this website is so trash. We hate this. Oh, Game Pass. If they don't step it up next year, if they don't get it all together next year, we're truly, I'm not going to spend the $100 next year on this garbage here. Absolute garbage here. So we have to sign out, sign back in to try to get back to it. Once again, website is absolutely trash. Games they say, hey, 24 hours, they'll be on here, 24 hours, and then, a week later, they're still not on there. So, and we still can't even go back to 2019. Last year, you can go all the way back to 2013 and once again watch every single play on every single game from every single angle, and you can't even do that anymore. So y'all know how we feel about this. It's trash. We have to just play around it, though. We got to play the game. So here we go. Back to the game here. Off of Carson Wentz's best play. We just gave Carson Wentz a compliment, and they're going to kind of, screw us like this and make us sign out, sign back in so we can get back to the same garbage that we were watching. Alrighty, so here we go. After Carson Wentz's big play, his best throw of the game so far, they go 6-yard pass on the next play, trusting Carson Wentz. Frank Reich building a little trust and confidence in the man. Let's see if it pays off here and how it looks. Carson Wentz, once again in Jacksonville territory. A little bit of a check down right there, but it's okay. For a 6-yard gain, we'll take that. Not everything could be big old bombs. We get it. So 6-yard pass, they go 3-yard run for no gain, 5-yard run, 10-yard run, 9-yard pass here by Carson Wentz. Let's see this pass right here. We are supposed to be focusing on the incompletions, but we'll give Carson Wentz some credit if it's due. Play action. Plenty of time to throw here. Cameraman even gets faked out, so he really can't even follow the play very well. Dumps it down to the running back out of the backfield on a wheel route. Seemed accurate. Seemed good. All right, a little bit of a wheel route right there. Faking everybody out with the play action game. We'll take it. So 9-yard pass by Carson Wentz, then a minus 2-yard run, and then on 3rd and 2, Carson Wentz takes a sack at the Jacksonville 13-yard line, and this is why they have to settle for 3. So here we go, Carson Wentz. Why did you not let go of this ball? Anybody open? Did you miss some reads? Hold on to the ball too long? Let's see. Carson Wentz on 3rd and 3, about to take a sack. Plenty of time to throw right there, and pressure coming right up the middle. Let's take this one from the all-22 to see where everybody was, because I think he had a crossing route open right when the pressure was getting to him, but let's watch it one more time here from the all-22 angle. Dropping back to pass. You've got the end zone truly covered. Triple safeties in the end zone, so you can't go to this one, but right here over the middle of the field is wide open, but the pressure got there just when it developed. So, all right, overall, Carson Wentz, we're not going to put any blame on him there. Pressure got there, and that defense was fantastic by the Jags. Alrighty, that results in a field goal. Next drive, they're down 10-3 now. You got to re-answer, Carson. Once again, the Jaguars just put up points. You're back down 7. Got to get that coveted touchdown that eluded you really this entire game until the 4th quarter. Congratulations. But here we go. We get a 6-play, minus 2-yard drive. Yikes, last drive right before halftime for this Colts team. Let's watch Carson Wentz takes an 8-yard sack right off the rip. Carson Wentz getting sacked got sacked right here. 3 minutes left in the second quarter, starting at their own 25-yard line. Carson Wentz dropping back to pass and just immediately ducks down, trying to escape some pressure right here, and they're going to count him down. Count him down for the sack. So, pressure got there real early. Carson Wentz couldn't evade any pressure, didn't set the protections right, whatever it was, and that's an 8-yard sack. And playing from, behind the sticks is not what Carson Wentz is good at. He can't even, move the ball from 10 yards to try and get the first down. Now you make it 2nd and 18. Ooh, yikes. All right, next play. They go 6-yard run on Carson Wentz scrambling. Let's watch Carson Wentz run the ball here, shall we? Did he miss any reads? Everybody's going deep. There's a check down in the middle of the field he doesn't take, and he decides to run with it. If he took the check down, it would have got probably 1 or 2 more yards than he did running the ball. So Carson Wentz, trash again. Then we get 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12. Can Carson Wentz pull off a 3rd and 12 completion right here? 2-minute warning. Coming out of it, Carson Wentz going deep and has a man open, and just unfortunately could not come down with the ball. And this was a great throw by Carson Wentz right here. Aggressive, confident, and right on the money with 3 defenders all over the receiver. Receiver could not go down. And who is he trying to throw? Is that T.Y. Hilton? Who is this receiver that could not get it done? Oh, Paris Campbell. Damn. So it's not T.Y. Hilton. It's not Michael Pittman Jr. Paris Campbell's okay, but, he's not making that catch, right? That's a T.Y. Hilton catch. That's definitely a Michael Pittman Jr. catch, but going to Paris Campbell could not reel it in. That's unfortunate by Carson Wentz. That was a good throw. Unfortunate there. So Carson Wentz has kind of gotten beefed by 2 receivers here in this game, but overall it's what led to those throws. Why were you at 3rd and 12? Why did you need that deep down the middle of the field throw? Because, you're missing reads. You're not sensing the pressure. Your pocket awareness is not where it needs to be. And you're putting yourself in these big down and distances that you kind of need to single-handedly overcome yourself. And unfortunately, these receivers cannot be making spectacular catches like you're kind of making some. That's a spectacular throw. I'm not going to lie. That's a spectacular throw by Carson Wentz. So they go into halftime down 13-3. Jacksonville takes advantage of a 2-minute drive, 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the first half. They take advantage of that. Carson Wentz couldn't take advantage of 3 minutes. So unfortunate there, down 13-3 going into halftime. But after halftime, they get the ball, first drive, ready to set the tone, ready to reset it, ready to take what you learned at halftime, make all your adjustments, and get it going again. Can Carson Wentz put that bad first half behind him? Let's watch. Here we go. First drive out of halftime for the Colts, getting the ball first. We get a 5-yard run, 2-yard run, an 11-yard pass. It goes to Jonathan Taylor. Let's watch this because the next play is a fumble by Carson Wentz. We'll watch that as well. So here we go on 3rd and 3. Carson Wentz dropping back the pass, just kind of takes a little bit of the dink down to Jonathan Taylor, who ran a little bit of a wheel route there, and it goes for about 11 yards in the first down. Carson Wentz moving the sticks. We'll give him credit for that. Picking up the first down. Nice little drive starter, building his confidence. Then we get 1st and 10, another play action, and the pressure coming right up the middle, and Carson Wentz loses the ball. 100% his fault. Yes, number 54 came in almost unblocked here, but Carson Wentz, hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball, please. Josh Allen never fumbles, and let me knock on wood because that man is playing this weekend, not like Carson Wentz, so I don't want to jinx Josh Allen, but Josh Allen gets it done. And now that we're kind of getting some bad play here by Carson Wentz, let's see what his height is, right? We've got this kind of narrative forming. We're going to truly focus in on it after this season. It's going to be one of our bigger off-season narratives that we are checking on a little bit of a weekly basis when we, do the draft prospects and get ready for the draft show and all that. Watching a draft prospect, when we're watching the quarterbacks, we're really going to be kind of keying in on their height and how they were playing. So we're really kind of saying we need 6'3" and above. That's really kind of where our cutoff is. These shorter quarterbacks not able to stand in the pocket as confidently as taller quarterbacks, can't see over the line, like to escape, like to roll out of the pocket, don't really trust their own arm strength ability because it's hard to see because they can't see over the big linemen. So we're really looking at like 6'3" and above quarterbacks. So let's quickly see what Carson Wentz is at. I would probably say he's at 6'2", 6'3". Let's see what we get. Carson Wentz, 6'5". Wow. Even the tall quarterback right here, 6'5". Look at all these quarterbacks in the playoffs right now, folks. All big. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, a little bit light. I think he's like 6'2". He's like definitely the exception to the rule. And once again, there's always exceptions to the rule, folks. So don't come to, with an obscure quarterback that you found and be like, hey, he had like 100% completion percentage and he's 6'7". Why aren't you talking about him? Yeah, I get it, folks. Okay. So Carson Wentz being 6'5" and this bad, not able to hold on to the ball, and you're 6'5". Once again, Josh Allen is running all over the field, getting hit, initiating the contact, wants to smoke, wants to get hit. He's 6'5", and we don't see him fumbling like Carson Wentz does in the biggest games right here. So Carson Wentz, this is all on him of fumbling the ball right there. They fumble. You lose all your momentum. You give all that momentum to the Jaguars. They get another score, only 3. So once again, the Colts defense was still trying to keep them in this game, but Carson Wentz was giving them the middle finger every time. Oh, you're going to keep me in the game? Well, fuck you. This is what I'm doing. I'm turning over the ball. Get back out there, defense. Do it again. Hold them to 3. Hold them to nothing. Again. At their own 23-yard line as well. So defense truly stepping it up big time. Once again, running game defense was the best thing about the Colts. We agree with that. We're not disagreeing with that. We're not saying this Colts team is trash. We're saying that Carson Wentz is not good. Potentially trash. All right, so they fumble. Carson Wentz fumbles. Next drive. What do we get here? Pass incomplete. First pass of the drive, pass complete. That's how you start a drive, right? Let's see, on Carson Wentz, not on Carson Wentz. What do we get here? Dropping back to pass, staring down the receiver, going to T.Y. Hilton. I give him credit for trying to go to his playmakers here, but he's staring down this receiver the entire time, and it's not even open. It's just a comeback route, and the defender is all over him, breaking the ball before it even gets there to T.Y. Hilton. So, staring down receivers, dinking and dunking a little bit, classic. Trash start there. Then they go 8-yard run, 23-yard run. They get a 10-yard penalty for what? We get offensive holding by their tight end. Unfortunate. Then they go 1st and 20, and what does Carson Wentz do? What does Carson Wentz do on 1st and 20? Incomplete pass. Let's see. This is how you get, out of the down and distance, right? Carson Wentz shorting the ball, trying to throw to the right sideline, and throws it bad here, and could have been a pick, could have really been a pick 6. Once again, the defender played that beautifully, and Carson Wentz just could not get the angle needed on the ball to get it past that kind of flat defender right here. So once again, Carson Wentz, and he made up his mind here. He was looking to the left to, throw off the defenders to the right. He knew where he was going with this ball, instantly flips his eyes to the right, and that's not open, but Carson Wentz still throws it anyway. So predetermined routes here, predetermined throws by Carson Wentz, I should say. Absolutely bad. Then on 2nd and 20, Carson Wentz decides to run for 1 yard. Oh, let's see, is this good? Let's actually take this in the all-22 to see where everybody was when he scrambled with this ball. Was it just pressure coming up the middle and he didn't want to fumble the ball again, so he had to run? Maybe. So here we go. Let's see where everybody was and why he ran the ball. He's going to step up in the pocket. Thought he had daylight. Yeah, I would say this is a little bit of daylight right here, but Carson Wentz is not fast, so obviously it gets taken out quickly and he gets tripped up by his legs. And we actually just praised Mac Jones. Yes, we praised Mac Jones for just this. We saw Mac Jones, kind of doing the exact same thing that Carson Wentz did on this play. Oh, the middle of the field is wide open. I see a hole, so he takes it. It's not really open, and Mac Jones was getting tripped up by kind of, shoestring tackles for like a sack or only a 1-yard run when it really looked like he could probably get like 8, 9, 10. And then we saw Mac Jones do the same thing in the playoffs against the Bills last week. Once again, Mac Jones in the playoffs, not Carson Wentz. And Mac Jones did a little bit of a high step to kind of shake off and not let the shoestring desperate diving tacklers bring him down, and Mac Jones picked up a 1st down and got 10 yards on the play. Carson Wentz can't even do that here in Week 18 in a must-win game. Trash Carson Wentz. And then on 3rd and 19, yeah, good luck on this. Let's watch Carson Wentz on 3rd and 19. Where does he even throw the ball? We'll take it in the all-22 still. Does he even throw it to the marker? Because if he doesn't throw it to the boundary, I don't even want it. He's going to throw it over the middle of the field, and man, that needs to be caught. That was right at the boundary. That was open. Oh, and it's an interception. I don't think they officially count it as an interception. But a defender was running back like he had it. Let's take this one in the broadcast, back it up a little bit to see how great of a throw that was. That looked fantastic to me. Jeez. So here we go. Carson Wentz. Once again, a little receiver letting him down. Here we go. Man. right through his hands, just a tad high here. Just a tad high. Let's watch this one more time. A tad. Oh, man, that's got to be caught. Man, that's got to be caught. Who's this receiver again? Michael Pittman letting him down. And we've definitely seen Michael Pittman not take that next step that he truly needed to take to kind of become like a number one receiver or just kind of a really great number two option for this Colts team. So, yes, some blame does need to be placed on these receivers for not catching these balls here. That's a little inexcusable. And we've been seeing that all season long as well. So, yes, we like to knock Carson Wentz, but Michael Pittman Jr. not kind of forming into what we needed him to definitely let us down and disappointed us as well. And now we hear T.Y. Hilton is thinking about retiring this offseason. And, you know, if you're going in with Michael Pittman Jr. as your new number one, you definitely got to get rid of Carson Wentz because he can't make it work. They cannot make it work together. So truly have to blow up this entire team. Once again, wasted their 2-year window that they were truly in to win a ring. And now T.Y. Hilton wants to retire, and Michael Pittman Jr. is not progressing like we needed him to. So really bad predicament for this Colts team. All right, so they're still down, what do we say, 16-3 here. They force the Jaguars to punt, and what does Carson Wentz do on the very next drive to try and once again get back in the game? He throws an interception right off the rip. Let's see, first play of the drive, starting at their own 30-yard line, dropping back to pass, pump fake, throws over the middle of the field, and pump faked what? What were you pump faking? I mean, this is what I'm talking about with Carson Wentz. What are you pump faking? If you were pump faking to try and get a defender to kind of, you know, leave what you were trying to throw or trying to bite on something else, and then you still throw to the same receiver, I mean, that does not fool anybody. He's pump faking, looking to the left, and then pulls it down and then re-throws it. You just told the defender you were throwing it there. So they jumped the route a little bit, or maybe just kind of, you know, shifted their focus to there because they saw you pump fake. Now they're still over there, and you still throw the ball there in double coverage, and it's underthrown as heck, and it's an interception. Like, what are we doing here? So yes, receivers deserve a little bit of blame, but overall, Carson Wentz deserves a lot more of the blame here. You're the quarterback. It all falls on you. It's unfortunate. We say it all the time. You're the quarterback. You get blamed for the losses, but you get all the credit for the wins. Like, it comes with the territory. That's what the quarterback position is. Everybody knows it. That's why kids love to play quarterback. That's why kids are wide receivers and quarterbacks in running backs, because they love the credit, they love the flashiness, they love scoring. That's why we get kind of, I don't like to say diva, I never like to call anybody a diva, but it gets the point across. But, you know, that's why, do you see any kind of offensive linemen being divas in this league? You know, OBJ, a little bit of a diva, his dad's a diva, you know, goes big. Antonio Brown, a little bit of a diva. LaShawn McCoy, a little bit of a diva, you know, actively knocking on Andy Reid for what? So, you know, this is what we're getting. So, yes, you know, Carson Wentz does deserve more of the blame here. Throws an interception, and that leads to the touchdown by the Jaguars. We'll just take it on this last drive in the third quarter. Once again, Carson Wentz makes a mistake. Jaguars score points off of it. Colts dig themselves into a bigger hole here. We'll end it here with Carson Wentz. I don't care what you do in the fourth quarter now that the game is kind of officially over here. Congratulations, you threw a touchdown to Michael Pittman Jr. for 12 yards. Congratulations, Michael Pittman Jr. for finally doing something. Congratulations for Carson Wentz for finally doing something when the game was already over, out of reach, big time. So last drive right here that we'll watch and critique Carson Wentz. Here we go. Turnover on downs. Once again, Carson Wentz not getting it done on fourth down. We'll see. So here we go. We get 13-yard run, 3-yard sack on Carson Wentz, 8-yard run, passing complete on 3rd and 5, setting up 4th and 5 that Carson Wentz does complete. But let's watch the 3rd and 5 here at the Jacksonville's 37-yard line, down 20 points, 23-20, third quarter, a minute left. Maybe can still do something. They did have 3 drives. They were down 20 points, like we said. They had this drive. They had one more drive that was a turnover on downs in the fourth quarter. Then they had the touchdown. So that would have been a little bit of a game winner. Jaguars did score another field goal right there. I did kind of put it out of reach, but at the end of the day, unfortunate. Here we go. Carson Wentz on 3rd and 5, dropping back to pass, throwing over to the right sideline. And once again, these receivers just not being able to really kind of bring in the ball here. This ball a little bit too odd an angle right there. Got to put it right on him. Carson Wentz throwing a little bit out of the reach of the receiver right there. So once again, more credit on Carson Wentz than anybody else. But that brings up 4th and 5, and we do get a pass here by Carson Wentz to completion. Let's see what this one looked like. 4th and 5, empty backfield. Must pick this up. Carson Wentz, tons of pressure on him. Dinks it down quick and gets it to Michael Pittman Jr., who finally caught a nice slant route that was truly covered. But Carson Wentz throws a nice ball right there out in front. All right, then we get a 4-yard pass, a 14-yard penalty. Yikes, defensive pass interference. Let's watch Carson Wentz get bailed out right here, yeah? Right here, bail out. They're at the 24-yard line. They get inside the 10-yard line because of the penalty. Carson Wentz dropping back to pass, going to get bailed out, going deep, and that is just overthrown right there. Pass interference, maybe. But bailed out there, then we get an 8-yard sack, classic Carson Wentz, 7-yard pass, 10-yard pass, and then turnover on downs. They go with Jonathan Taylor, 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Once again, not even trusting Carson Wentz in this. I wouldn't either. And they hand off the ball. Jaguars just play like Jonathan Taylor was rushing, because why would you even remotely guard Carson Wentz or any receivers, because even if they were wide open, they probably still miss it. So they all sell out the run on Jonathan Taylor, and that was the right thing. And that's another reason why you got to blow up this Colts team right now with Carson Wentz. He cannot go because he's not even making the running game any better. We know the running game is great, but with Carson Wentz being so lackluster and these receivers not being able to catch anything or being reliable or consistent literally all season long, I mean, nobody's fearing the passing game. So we can shut down Jonathan Taylor and live and die with Carson Wentz turning the ball over twice in a game. That's fine. So once again, Carson Wentz, an absolute flounder job. Yes, some blame is on these receivers as well, but we see Carson Wentz floundering and Carson Wentz not being good right from the get-go this season, always kind of being up and down, wishy-washy, never getting, a true kind of rhythm with these receivers because Carson Wentz is so arid with the ball. So off of Carson Wentz, folks, for the until he shows us something good, and it's going to take a while for this man to do it. I don't even know if he'll have a team to do it with next season. If I'm the Colts, I move off of Carson Wentz as soon as possible. We'll see what they do. Carson Wentz, the biggest flounder job I've ever seen. The worst quarterback of all time is Carson Wentz. Unfortunate. Alrighty, that is going to do it for us today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We are close, folks. We are about 2.5 hours out from watching the return of the King, baby. And look at this, folks. I'm not even going to bring it up. Y'all see this right here? Right? Okay. All right. So we're going to get out of here, folks. We're going to get out of here for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. There's playoff football on tonight, folks, today, about 2.5 hours away. It's going to be fantastic, so enjoy that. Hopefully your team wins. Hopefully the King mother-loving shows out tonight. That would be fantastic. And, yeah, we are going to get out of here. This is funny. Pushing P. Y'all know what that is. They show Bikini Bottom pushing P. That's funny. Alrighty, folks. Truly got to get out of here. Alrighty, folks. Have a great one. Enjoy football. Once again, this is 4 games on this week. Next week, it's only 2. 3 weeks from now, it's only 1. How unfortunate is that? Alrighty, folks, have a great one. We're out of here. We're back live tomorrow, noon Eastern, breaking everything down that we just saw today, previewing the games again a little bit more in depth tomorrow for tomorrow's game and all that, breaking anything down that needs to be broken down. Alrighty, folks, officially, we are actually out of here this time. We are out of here.